another week, another insane thing happening in the FGC. You might be wondering, what does this guy have to do with it, and what do the Jews conspire to take down all of us? He will give us an answer. Who is he? Infill used to be a somewhat prominent figure in the fighting game community, and he is mostly known for allegedly beating his wife and fixing matches, competitive matches. Overall, that is not the best track record. If we scroll down a little bit, you will find this comment that translates to, Infill, you shouldn't go in this direction. I am very scared of what we're about to see. In the text box, we have a little wink smiley followed by @UltraDavid. Now, who is UltraDavid? UltraDavid is another fighting game dude who has recently posted against this comment. So he posted a comment against an act of bigotry, where Tenryo posted 2025 will be the beginning of the end for Jewish influence and gatekeeping of entertainment and other forms of culture, starting with an industry I'm familiar with, esport. I will see to its eradication and we will be free. To which Infiltration comments, let's do something great. And then he gets a, we definitely will. And then obviously, and yeah, some other comments. And then obviously UltraDavid was saying, hey, what are these anti-Semitic comments? Maybe we shouldn't do that. Now, Infiltration has posted a 7-minute video. I don't know what's it about. I haven't seen it yet, but we will see it together. Let's start.
This Infiltration. I heard that a lot of people talk about me retweeting Tenryo's tweet yesterday. This is the content of Tenryo's tweet I retweeted. 2025
Okay, so this is the same comment that we have just talked about.
will be the beginning. The beginning of the end for Jewish influence and the gatekeeping of entertainment and other forms of culture. Starting with an industry I'm familiar with, esports, I will see to its eradication, and we will be free. I retweeted his tweet and replied, let's do something great.
Yes, we know that already.
And people who came back to me were saying, Infiltration is racist. For your information, this argument started with UltraDavid's tweet. As you know, he's one of the people who has worked the most to destroy my career since 2018. He said,
okay, great. My entire intro was apparently redundant because he is telling everything as it is.
Please teach these racists. Let's keep building strong, diverse, positive communities, blah, blah, blah. First of all,
Okay, I think that actually it's very good that what I said is the same thing he says here in the beginning, because we are all clear, like no matter on what side of the apparent conversation you are on, we all seem to agree on the context. So there is no arguing about what we are talking about. We know what's going on.
I don't think Tenryo's tweet is making racist comments toward Jews. I believe that many Jews in the world have huge power. Even if they are not Jews, when certain forces have power, it usually leads to a monopoly of power. I don't think monopoly in any of those areas produces good results for all of us.
Okay, I will stop here. Infiltration is saying there are Jews in power. Jews in power lead to a monopoly in power, and that is not good. The logical hoops are already kind of crazy. I'm a bit shocked. I didn't know he would just straight up go that deep, but I'm gonna first, before I say something about this, I'm gonna let him talk more.
In the Street Fighter 4 era, when EVO hosted the tournament with PlayStation 3,
isn't that insane? He's talking about Jewish supremacy and then goes into video game tournaments on the PS3 and the Xbox 360.
most other tournaments went to the Xbox 360. So, FGC realized that there was an input delay difference in the game between these two consoles.
No, oh, my camera's a bit... Please tell me Infiltration is not saying that we are having input delays in competitive matches because of the juice.
And in the end, after an endless effort, we cheered when we got the news that the tournament was going from EVO 2015 to Xbox 360. And since entering the Street Fighter V era, it's been the same for players who are accustomed to PCs to playing games and complaining of pain with PlayStation 4.
Okay, yeah, so input lags in competitive tournaments have been an issue for a longer time. Yes, that is something pros have been complaining about, because typically the consoles will have a little bit more of an input delay than PCs. That is just a technicality. And then, so in my normal brain, the reason why we still have tournaments on, for example, the PlayStation consoles is because one, those are way cheaper setups. Two, there are certain exclusive contracts with Sony. And three, you can't just bring your own PC because every PC would need to have the same specifications, and that is even more complicated to set up than just buying a PlayStation 5, for example. But okay, let's see why he thinks we have input delays in tournaments.
This continued into the Street Fighter 6 era.
Okay.
Pro players have to play the game with PlayStation 5, not PC.
Mm-hmm.
This is because a company called Sony monopolizes the fighting game tournament.
To a degree, that is
Sony,
correct, yes.
But it's hard to approve of their monopoly, and I'd like to see more companies compete with Sony.
So I think he has a great point here. Yes, Sony is having sort of a monopoly, but I think that it's also fair that if Sony is sponsoring a lot of these tournaments, and even makes them possible, that they want to use it to platform their own gaming console. I don't think that is bad necessarily. However, yes, more competition is always better for the consumer. That is just a chain of cause.
Only then can you make a situation that satisfies both the player and the
Players
audience.
and the audience, yes. Now, what does this have to do with the juice?
I agreed with some of Tenryu, but there was no hate or bad feeling.
Where are the Jews? Wait, is he talking about Sony? What is this?
About the Jewish. So I just wrote, let's do something great. That's it. I bet you can't find a single word or statement that I discriminate against or hate Jews. Actually, I don't discriminate against them, but rather respect them.
Okay.
Also, the social media called X is a space that guarantees free speech.
Yeah, but just because something is free speech doesn't mean that your speech isn't hateful. What do you mean? Like, you can be allowed to post hateful comments, but then you will be called out for it. Also, as far as I know, nobody got banned. So, where's the relation?
As you know, X's owner Elon Musk has publicly of X like, you are a media now. X is a safe space for free speech.
Yeah, but just because you...
And many people who...
Just because you conduct free speech doesn't mean that what you say is correct.
Premiere now attributing the target...
What does it say? These are some of our notable attendees at the upcoming Bare Knuckle Altona on January 18th, blah, 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 in Hamburg. Hey, Germany, let's go. Registration open. Okay, it's just registering for a tournament, and then infiltration is featured.
Of the attack to someone else who is innocent. A few months ago, I was invited to a tournament in Germany called Bare Knuckle Altona, which will be held in January 2025.
Should I
This
go?
was decided long before Tenryu's tweet. But they are already attacking German TOs and even the German FGC, which has nothing to do with this.
Okay, this is...
Who's trying to...
So basically this individual, Ritus, is asking to cancel infiltration and deny him access to the tournament based on his comments on Twitter. Okay. Now, again, free speech on Twitter doesn't mean you're free of consequences in the real world? I don't get it. Like, Elon Musk is not the president.
Who's trying to control our speech and freedom? And who's making X and FGC unsafe? I don't think that's me. If you hate me, just say, I hate infiltration. I have always respected everyone regardless of gender and race. Even though I have personal tendency, I will continue to do so. And thank you to many people who gave me a lot of criticism and advice. I will try to become a more better person. If you don't like what I'm saying, we can fight Guilty Gear Strive and Street Fighter 6. We are fighting game player, so
Let's go!
it's pretty fair, right? Please think about it, and have a great day.
Nah, he didn't say that. After all this, he goes, hey, if you don't like what I'm saying, let's go Street Fighter or Guilty Gear first to 10. What is this? Infiltration. So I am aware of Infiltration's skill as a player. I am not undermining that. But my god. If you disagree with me, just play me in Street Fighter. This is when people's perception of themselves as a gamer takes overhand over their actual personality. Okay, so I think all I have to add to this is just this tweet, right? I think what basically the question that Infiltration is raising here is this tweet racist or not? Or is it at least discriminatory? And if you say that, quote, I will end Jewish influence and we will be free, then you are insinuating some kind of Jewish oppression. This does not fly. And actually, it's a pretty common argument to say, hey, I believe that many Jews in the world have huge power, and then that is not a good thing. It's a quite common chain of thought that some people have, but the logic behind that doesn't even work. Yeah, obviously, as someone who's living in Germany, there is more of a connection to this. I think this video is insane. Infiltration, please get your act together. And this smug attitude with the wink emoji really doesn't speak well for you. And I'm posting this one day before Christmas. Hallelujah.